When all odds are against him, he is at his peak. Today, we are using the Gambler. With the luck of the draw on his side, Gambler can obliterate his enemies without even breaking a sweat. So today, we'll be using Gambler in the Dark Mirror, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so here we are in Act 1, just before the Yggdrasil fight, and today we are using the main man himself, Gambler.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Now, Gambler here is a legendary balanced skull, so we don't need to worry about upgrading him with our bone fragments. We are just going to be putting them straight away into our HP and skill cooldown totems. And for the items we are rocking, we have the Chosen Mage's Badge, the Standard Issue Staff, Carlane Insignia, the Golden Wand, and the Discolored Dark Quartz.
Nice.
So we're looking okay for our items. It's more the fact that we've got a ton of bone fragments, so we can really upgrade our HP a lot. And we've got my two favourite skills on him in the wheel and the dice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Yggdrasil fight. Now, Gambler is very strong. He's basically got a free infinite bone in him, so this Yggdrasil fight should be an absolute breeze. So let's go and kill him.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay, come on then, Yggdrasil. Let's see what you've got. And if you didn't know what I was on about with the free infinite bone that this guy has, basically he has I think it's a 50% chance to re-roll his skills again. You always kind of know because a distinct sound comes out. But Gambler here is a very powerful magic skull, one of my favorite legendaries. He's definitely one of the stronger legendaries in the game, especially with that infinite bone. As you can see, his wheel really does a lot of damage. And we have also gone for the Mage's Adventurer legendary, mostly because you just never really get to see it. I feel like it's probably one of the rarest ones for me, other than the Thief's legendary. I think this is the second time I've only actually ever used it, but it is proving its worth right here, since Yggdrasil is nearly dead and we really don't have a lot of good items, but this fight is already over. So let's open the chest here. What are we going to be getting? And you know what? We are just going to be taking the Succubus Charm for now. And let's move on to the curses. Now, I just wanted to interrupt today's video to say thank you for all the support we have been getting on the recent Skul videos. And we are trying to hit 450 subscribers by the end of May. So if you are new and you do want to help support the channel, make sure you do drop a like and subscribe. And let's get back into the build. Now, we are going to be getting Go-Getter, upgrading that once. And we're also going to be buying Predicted Pain. Now, we obviously can't upgrade this guy because he is a base legendary. So we're just going to be putting the bone fragments into the totems.
Nice.
We're really aiming to max these out by the end of the run, or at least the HP and skill cooldowns.
Swimming ball of foreshadowing.
And I would really like to find the Bone of Mana, so if we can find that, and we're going to be going for a Go-Getter run, that is why I've picked that in the store. So we're really wanting like the Bone of Mana. If we can somehow find Fulgent Dawn as well, that would really help us out. Luckily, Gambler here is doing an absolute ton of damage by himself, and we do have treasure, which is nice, especially this early on in the game. But we're just going to be prioritizing bone fragments for the time being, and the reroll NPC I do not need, so we can just let her get destroyed. And I never really use treasure anymore, but it is still one of the better inscriptions in the game, especially if you get it nice and early on. And you know what? We'll just destroy Alchemist here, move on to the shop, and we're going to open the green flask, swap Thief out for Frost Skull and him for Sword. And you know what? We're also going to be picking up the Mage's Necklace. And let's move on here. Now, you could think that picking the Mage's Necklace up is a little bit of a weird choice, and it kind of is, because I only really use Mage's Necklace on a Lil Bone run.
Stop the cap.
But he's certainly not going to be bad on a Gambler, since he can literally just spam his skills out 24/7. And we do also have Go-Getter, like I said, so it is getting that increased amplification in damage. And let's open the chest here, and we do go ahead and get the Stone of the Air, which is a really nice wisdom item this early on in the game. Getting that before the sisters is actually a really big pickup. Normally you find it much later on where it's basically just useless. But looking for us, that didn't actually happen this time. And once we get our Go-Getter amplified to the maximum, the Mage's Legendary should be doing a lot more for us, which is not exactly doing bad right now, but it could be doing a little bit better for us. And let's move on to the Adventurer fight. Who are we going to be fighting? The Archer and the Warrior. Certainly not a bad combo. I mean, I don't want either of their legendaries, which is a little bit bad, but hey, it doesn't really matter too much. But we are going to be going after this Archer first, because she is the more annoying one, so hopefully we should be able to get some skill cooldown fully decreased if we get a little bit lucky, which isn't really happening this run. Normally I'm a lot luckier than this. And let's see if we can actually stun her before she uses her ultimate, but we couldn't get it off, so let's just wait for it to go and jump through it. Let's just get Succubus to finish off the Archer, and she should be dead here. Luckily we should be able to stun the Warrior, and he's going to die. die. There we go. And we'll destroy the stone monkey here. Let's upgrade the health totem as much as possible. Nearly got that maxed out now, which is really nice this early on in the game. Sitting on 263 health, which is certainly not bad. I would like it if we get a little bit higher up though, but we do find King Slime. Now this could go very well or extremely bad for us, because if we can duplicate the Mage's Badge, that would really work out. So let's go ahead, destroy the Discolored Dark Quartz and the Carlane Insignia. Now I'm fine with any of these getting buffed except the basic staff, so let's hope he doesn't duplicate that. So let's speak to King Slime here. What are you going to be giving us? Just give us the Chosen Mage's Badge. That's all I can ask for, and we do get it.
Thank you.
That is double Mage's Badge. Okay. Was not expecting that this run, but I will certainly take it. And let's see who we get here. Ninja can get destroyed. Getting very lucky on the bone fragments and items that we're finding now. That King Slime is really going to help out with our damage over time, especially when we get our Go-Getter maxed out. He's going to be doing some insane stuff. And let's open the Omen chest. We will go ahead, take the Ceremonial Dagger. Let's move on to the shop. And you know what? We're going to take the Gold Incense Burner here, and we're going to lock in our second antique. And let's move on. Sounds 310 HP, which is certainly not bad going into the Sisters fight, which should be in the next few rooms at my best guess. But that fight should be an absolute breeze for us, especially with the items that we are finding now. If we just get a little bit luckier and find a better quintessence, that would really help us out. Other than that, all I can ask is to find maximum wisdom, and this run would basically be finished after that. And we've got the final few enemies down here. Luckily, we should be able to take them out nice and easy with our skills. And let's see who we get. Hunter can get destroyed. Let's move on to the Sisters fight. And like I said, this is going to be an absolute breeze, so we might as well just go ahead and kill them.
Okay, let's go.
Now, if you guys did have any comments on what skulls you want to see, make sure you do leave them in the comments down below. So if I do find them on the wheel series I do, or just on a normal video, I'll go ahead and build a run like you would want to. So like I said, if you do have a build that you want to see, make sure to just leave it in the comments, or leave it in the Discord, which if you're not a part of, there will be a link down in the description. This Sisters fight is going nice and smoothly. Luckily, we're not getting hit too much in this first phase, which is the whole aim of the game. We've not really done a lot of swap-ins with this guy, which is kind of normal for me. I never actually swap in ever, and it is unfortunate that we get the wrong sister here, because we're probably not actually going to be able to kill her here, mostly because we're not doing that insane damage-wise. It would obviously help later on down the line, but no matter what sister comes in now, they should die either way. And we're going to be on to the second phase literally anytime soon, as long as this first sister is dead. Didn't even take a hit. This might be one of the first times that I've gone hitless in this Sisters fight for a very long time. I mean, having the little bit of heirloom is really helping out, but I certainly cannot complain. Let's just spam some wheels on the sister. We did get hit there, which is unfortunate, but she is actually nearly dead. I wasn't even looking. She might actually just die very quickly in the next few skills that we do, so let's just wait for her to sit still. We can attack her from here, and she should be dead. Very, very easy and quick Sisters fight, which is all you can really hope for. And let's open the chest here, see what we're going to be getting. And we do go ahead and get the Wind Spirit, so let's pick this up, move on to the Curses. And we're going to be maxing out Go-Getter and putting an extra point into Predicted Pain. And we can put the rest of the Bone Fragments into our HP and then skill cooldowns, because we want to get them as maxed out as quickly as possible. Because the more skills we can throw out, the more damage our Mage's Badges do, and so on and so forth. But going into Act 3, all I can ask is that we do find a little bit better Wisdom items, really just to help with our damage in the later game, especially when fighting the hero, because I can't exactly sit right next to him to let the Mage's Badges do all the work. And let's see who we get here. Hunter can get destroyed, so let's move on to the next item room. Not doing too well for the items we found at the moment, but getting that double Mage's Legendary is helping us out a ton. Luckily, these guys are dying relatively quickly. It is quite nice that we've got that little bit of AoE going with the Adventurer's Legendary. And let's open the chest here, and we are going to be destroying Hope Slasher here, moving on to the shop. And let's open the Mana Cycle box. We do go ahead and find Infinite Bone, so we will take this for the Wind Spirit. And let's move on. Really just trying to hope and pray that we can find good old Bone of Mana, but it's not seeming to want to work out at the minute, which is quite unfortunate, because it would very, very help on the run that we are doing right now. But finding Infinite Bone, especially on this guy, is a very big pull, because like I said in the first act, he does already get the kind of Infinite Bone mechanic in his passive, so having another chance at it is never never a bad thing. Now let's see who we get. Warrior can get destroyed. Let's move on to the adventurers. And who are we going to be fighting? The priestess, the thief, and the hero. I wouldn't actually mind getting the priestess's legendary. That might actually be very good for us, especially since we're going down the go-getter route. And it is finally looking like we are getting a lot more of the skill resets now. I mean, we should, since we do have infinite bone on our side as well. And all these guys are nearly dead. We are doing a ton of damage at the minute. Only got the thief left, so I'm guessing when he stands still, he's not going to be living for too much longer. And there we go, he is dead. And we can destroy the hero's holy sword. We'll also destroy Hunter here. Now let's put the rest of the bone fragments into the skill cooldown totem. Nearly got that maxed out, so we're probably on track to getting all the totems done. So we might start focusing on some item rooms now, just trying to get those maxed out, because we still don't have our wisdom sat at 4.
No! No! No!
Which really does affect this guy and his damage. So if we were lucky, I would like to try and find Nether Mana Suppressor and things like that. If not, I'm fine going down the item route we're going down right now. So let's let Gil get destroyed. Let's move on. Just want to be keeping our HP as maxed out as possible up until the hero fight. And we should actually be fighting Chimera very soon. And it should be an easy fight for us, especially since we can kind of just face tank him and spam a load of wheels in his face. Now let's destroy the Frotritz's staff, move on to the shop. I'm going to be taking the voodoo doll here instead of the gold incense burner. I'm going to go ahead and lock in our 6th and final artifact. And we're also going to be swapping out Lil Sword for Ninja just to get the extra bone fragments. So let's move on. I do want to get this guy destroyed before the Chimera fight, but we are looking very, very good. We're sat in a very good spot at the minute. All that can ask, like I said, is that we do find a little bit better quintessence or some wisdom items, but getting that 6th artifact is actually going to help us out a lot more than I think it will, because the meteors do seem to do an absolute ton of damage. We don't want to get this Neo Golem spawned. We are taking way too many hits in this room. And let's swap Ryder out for Ninja. We can let him get destroyed. Move on to the next item room. And Artifact has already set the guys off up top, which if they summon the Golem, I am not going to be happy with, because that is not my fault here. Luckily, they did get destroyed, so we've got one dude up here that we need to kill. So let's just take care of this guy before we go back downstairs. And let's open the chest, and we do get the stone mask, which, you know what, we are going to take for the ceremonial dagger, and that for the mage's necklace. So let's move on to the Chimera fight here. We should be perfectly fine fighting him, so we can just face tank and deal a ton of damage. So let's go and kill him.
This is big brain time.
Okay, Chimera, my friend, how are you doing? All that I can ask is that you give us a better quintessence than the one we've got now. Let's just keep spamming all them dice there. I think we got, what, like 4 of them in a row, something like that. So that could have been infinite bone. It could not have been. Doesn't really matter too much. We do want to get a little bit of swappings with the big guy here, because we never really see it, and it's not exactly a bad swapping that he has. And he's already on half health. We don't want to be taking too many hits here, just keeping our damage up, playing it nice and safe. So let's dodge through all that attack. Let's summon the succubus, and if you could get a little bit luckier with our skill cooldowns, that would help us out massively. But the Chimera is taking a ton of damage. We're not taking any, so we can just keep doing what we're doing right now. Throw loads of dice at him, and he should be dead. And let's open the chest here. What are you going to be giving us? And you do go ahead and give us Light Spirit Lou. So let's pick this up for the stone mask, and we'll move on to the curses. And we're going to be maxing out Predicted Pain and also picking up Kingslayer. Now let's move on, max out the skill cooldown totem, then we can move on to our magic attack. Not too bothered if we get this last totem maxed out or not by the end of the 4th act. So we're going to just be focusing on trying to get our HP to maximum and trying to find our 4th and final wisdom. But we'll probably just lock that in the shop if we don't get it. So let's move on to the next Skul room. If you could be nice and give us a few legendaries, that would actually help us out quite massively. And we don't want to be taking too many hits off guts here, so I would appreciate it if you just slide your way over here so I can kill you with my wheel. And we got the executioner left. Luckily, Lou is going to be able to deal with him. And let's speak to Lil Gust. What item are you going to be giving us? The Holy Footsteps are totally not worth it, so that can get destroyed and stay over on that right hand side. Let's just finish these lot off, and Rockstar can get destroyed. Let's move on to the next item room. Just trying to find a shop before anything else, because we do want to get that 4th wisdom to really amplify all the magic damage that we are doing. But we have lost our anti, so we are sat on a little bit lower health than usual, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's also not great. And we really need a shop. We are taking way too many hits in this room. Back down to 100 HP, which is really not the one. So let's open the ominous chest. We'll destroy the Shard of Darkness, and let's move on. Now, I will do a run using the upgraded Shard of Darkness at some point. I don't know who I'm going to be doing it with, but best believe it will be an extremely powerful run when I do go ahead and actually use it. And we are sitting on 44 health, so we really need to kill these guys in the rooms nice and quickly so we don't take too many hits off all of them. All that can ask is that you give me either the Halfling Girl or a shop nice and soon, because I do not want to die, especially to Guts here, because he will actually take us out in one hit. But it's looking like this is the final enemy, and let's open the legendary chest. We'll destroy Hope Slasher, move on to the shop. I'm going to be taking the Molten Cake. I'm going to be swapping out our Antique to lock in our 4th and final Wisdom, and we're also going to swap out Alchemist for Rider and re-roll for an item up top. And we might as well take Pain and Despair just to let it get destroyed. It's certainly not going to be staying with us. So let's move on to the next Skull room here, and we really just want to be finding the Harpy Girl, or the Halfling Girl should I say, to get our HP nice and maxed out for the Joan fight, or for the Adventurers I should say, because that is going to be the problem depending who we are fighting. As long as it doesn't give me the Archer, I think we'll be able to keep our revive for the Joan fight. So we just want to be playing this nice and safe, don't want to be taking too many stupid hits. And let's see who we get here. Berserker can get destroyed, and I see still no Halfling Girl yet. I feel like she's not showing up as much as she used to anymore, which is a little bit of a problem, I can say that. Same with the Death Knight, he never shows up anymore. And we've only got the final few enemies up top before we are onto the Adventurer fight. So let's make our way in here, get rid of our debuffs. And who are we going to be fighting? It is going to be the Fire Mage, which shouldn't be too much of a problem if we just dodge out the way of her attacks. And I say that we already get hit by the first one. Now we just want to be playing this smart, getting our hits in when we can with the wheels like that. It does help when we get lucky and hit her like 6 times in a row. And we can just dodge out her way of the ultimate, just wait for it to sit down, and then we can go for the dice throw and do some damage with the wheels if we get lucky. Already sat on half HP, so she's not going to be doing too much to us. And we can wait for her to sit down here. We don't want to be taking hits like that. What is that? On 41 HP, I don't think we can really take too many more hits here, but luckily Kingslayer is going to finish him off. So he did keep the revive, which is nice. And we're also going to destroy Champion here. We'll most likely be able to get this totem maxed out by the end of the run, or we should actually have it maxed out now. Yeah, so all we really need to worry about now is finding some better items and keeping our HP up, because we've got our second balanced skull, so if we do somehow find the Bone of Mana, we don't need to worry about that. Only thing we need to worry about now is just our HP, because we're doing some fine damage. That's really not our problem this run. It's not just getting hit too many times. And we can destroy the Water Spirit here, move on to the next Skull room, and we did go ahead and use the revive on the Voodoo Doll, so that's not going to be doing too much for us now, because we just kept getting hit by Guts here. I don't know why he's clipping me there, but it's just somehow hitting me. And we do get, is that the Death Knight up there? It is. We kind of want to keep that HP, or that shield should I say, for our health, so we don't actually use the revive. So let's play it nice and smart. We don't want to be getting hit by a lot of these blue or pink orbs should I say, so let's just keep spamming the wheels, keep spamming the abilities, and let's speak to the Death Knight. We are going to get our HP back in the shop, so getting this shield is quite nice. And let's see what we get. Yaksha can get destroyed. There's no point in you being here. Now, if the game was going to be very nice to me, I would really appreciate a Halfling Girl at the minute, but I don't think it's really going to do it, so let's just worry about killing the rest of these dudes first. And we've got the final enemy before we are heading into the shop, so let's actually take the Trainee's Necklace for the standard staff and move on. And we're going to be buying the food, and let's reroll for our final item. Nothing too good, so we'll let that stay there. Move on to the next item room, and we just want to be keeping our HP like this for the Joan fight if we can. If you can also find the Halfling Girl beforehand, that would work out very much so, but I don't think we're going to get too lucky. So we just want to be going upstairs and killing these lot when we can, not taking too many hits from all of these guys. And let's open the Ominous Chest. We'll destroy the main of the Beast King and move on. I think Bone of Mana is probably the next best option for us, other than obviously something like Nether Mana Espresso, which we could have found if the game was being nice to us, but it certainly did not want to. And the Harpy Knight is completely useless to us, so there's no point in us speaking to her. We'll just let her get destroyed. Let's open the chest. We can let that get destroyed, move on to the Joan fight. And we all know she has her 2 phases in the totems in the Joan fight herself, so let's just go ahead and get straight to killing her.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so here we are at the Joan fight. We're going to be going for the right hand, or should I say the left hand side totem first. Luckily, the artifact meteors are doing a very good amount of damage right now. I normally never get artifact and arms upgraded to the max because I normally just go for courage instead, but it is a very decent option. Saying that, it's going to be dead as well on the left. So we're on to the Joan fight. We got 150 HP. We should be perfectly fine here to not use the revives. Let's just go up top, get all these things set up. If we can get lucky to spam some more skills, that would be great, but it isn't looking that way. So let's just sit up top, get the damage going with the mage's badge, and we can just sit here on the left hand side to not take any damage. Let's just wait for Joan to move back into the middle, I hope, and she should actually just be dead here. Very, very simple Joan fight there. So let's open the chest, see what we are going to be getting. And we're actually going to be taking the Archbishop Scriptures for the Trainee's Necklace. So let's move on here to the Curses for the final time. And you know what? We might as well just pick up Super Baby and upgrade that. And there's nothing to do with our Bone Fragments. Let's just move on straight away. Just trying to get to the shop so we can max out our HP for the hero fight. And if there's anything good in there, we'll obviously pick them up too. So let's take the food here. We'll swap Alchemist out for DP. And you know what? We might as well take the 4-leaf Clover as well, just to get that little bit of extra shields. And if you guys have enjoyed today's episode and you do want to help support the channel, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe if you are new here, and there will be a playlist linked down in the description with all my other Skul videos, and there will also be a link to the Discord, so if you're not a member, you do want to speak to me and any other members of the channel, there'll be a link to the Discord in the description. And for the run we have today, we've gone for an all-out damage build with Gambler and the Succubus Quintessence. We've got double Chosen Mages badges, Archbishop Scriptures, and the Light Spirit Loom doing most of our damage with the items. We've also just gone for the rest of the items with Wisdom or Artifact just to get them maxed out, like the Ceremonial Dagger, Stone of the Air, Voodoo Doll, and the Gold Wand, and Infinite Bones just there for a little bit of utility. So Go-Getter pairs up with all our damage item, increasing them, Predicted Pain for our skills themselves, and then Kingslayer and Superberry for a bit of utility. So let's go ahead, show this run to Dad.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, here we are at the first hero. We don't want to be taking too many hits in this first phase, which is always the plan. We just wanted to sit in this Archbishop's Scriptures here and take a load of damage, but we should be able to just dodge through all of this. Saying that, we've been hit quite a lot more than I usually do. Luckily, the wheel should be able to take it out. It is because this guy is just so mobile in this first phase. Skulls like Gambler don't really work because they want the targets to kind of sit still in their abilities. So like this and the sisters fight really don't work for him. But luckily, this guy should be out of his first phase in not too much longer because he's probably going to go for his ultimate move, I would say. And is he going to do it? Yeah, he is. So let's go ahead, sit in the corner. Now I can wait for him to come in and drop a few wheels on him so he can just sit in there, take a ton of damage. Let's activate Succubus. And is he going to die here? He is. So we are into his second phase. We've still got the revive. We just need to be playing it nice and smart, nice and slowly. So let's just wait for the guy to come here. We want to be dropping the wheels when we can in a nice safe position. Like here, let's just spam all our skills out. Should be doing a good enough amount of damage whilst he's just sat there. And is he going to do any kind of attack like this here? He's going to go for his kind of sword hits. Let's wait for him to move down so we can chuck all of our beams down. Let's let him sit in our skills. Taking quite a bit of damage here, I've got to say. But luckily, if we just keep playing it smart, we shouldn't get hit too many times. Now let's go for the damage whilst he's sat in this right hand side corner. Let's get everything sat on him, dodge through that attack and that. Luckily, I've got the timing on that dodge move now perfect, so we don't take too many hits except like that. We don't want to get the life suck ability, so let's just keep running, go in now so we can get some big damage with the wheels. Let's just spam them out on the screen. Now we just want to be dodging them nice and effectively. Took a little bit too many hits there than I would have liked, but we should be fine. So let's just dodge up in the middle. Only got hit a tiny bit there, but it's working out perfectly fine here. Let's just keep these skills going, keep the damage on, and if we do use the revive here, it's not too big of a problem. We just don't want him to deal the big damage with the life suck ability, so let's swap out. He's probably going to go for it here, to be fair. Yeah, there we go. He's sat in the corner doing it, so we can just dodge out of the way, go for the big damage now with all our skills, and he is down. Okay, so that was our Gambler run in level 10 of the Dark Mirror. So if you guys did enjoy, you do want to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you are new here, and click in the top right of your screen to see a playlist of all my other Skul videos, and click in the top left to see which video is best suited for you. This has been Mystic, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.